Hi, welcome back to my kitchen. We had family over here for people coming and going for the last like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and we had a lot of fun and we did a lot of great things. And one of the things we did was we had a Japanese hibachi guy come to the house and set up the whole thing. He did the whole show, you know how they do it as hibachi, like steakhouse or whatever. And everyone got to order what they wanted and he made it all and it was absolutely a blast. We had so much fun and it was so great that they came to the house. We just set it up on the patio. It was so much fun. But as I was doing the ordering for everyone and so forth previously, you know, before the guy came because he had to get what we needed, I asked about ginger sauce. For me, when I go to eat Japanese food, I love the ginger sauce. And most steakhouses, Japanese steakhouse, hibachi type places, have always had the ginger sauce. But for some reason lately, I've noticed that whenever we eat Japanese, many times it's a special request or something they don't just naturally offer it. They usually throw you the yum yum sauce, which I do not find, no. So that's not something I like. But I could almost drink, I love the ginger sauce. So it's all about that for me. Anyway, so then I decided, well, what am I gonna do? I asked them if they had it. They said, no, they don't do that anymore. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I've got to find a recipe. I've got to make this stuff. So I found a recipe. I tried it. I tweaked it. I did the best I could to make it taste the way I remember it and the way I want it to taste. And I nailed it, I think. So this is the recipe for the ginger sauce. It seems like it might be complicated. It's really not. I thought for sure it would be way more difficult than this, but I was willing to do whatever it took because, yeah, that's how much I love this stuff. And the crowd, the group of people and family members who tried it, absolutely loved it, and they've even asked for the recipe. So I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna keep this recipe to myself in case you're like me and you're struggling to find a ginger sauce. And this way, you can kind of throw together your veggies on your grill and do your meat and make some fried rice, and you can kind of make your own little hibachi thing at home. It's not gonna be as good as the professional chefs, but you can make it at home if you want to, and you get the generalized idea and the flavors and so forth. So anyway, let's get going. Let's make this amazing Japanese ginger sauce. So quickly, what you're gonna need is ginger. I have this chunk right here. We will only be using 1/4 cup of it in chunks because it's all gonna go into a food processor. So basically all you're doing is throwing the things into a food processor and processing it until it is the sauce consistency that you want. So that's the thing. So there will be a 1/4 cup of chunks of ginger, 1 clove of garlic. This bulb is tiny, so I'm gonna do maybe 2 to 3 to reach the level of garlic I think that 1 normal clove would be. So that's why that's there. The rind and the zest and the juice from 1 lemon, 1 normal sized onion, 1 cup of soy sauce, and 1/2 cup of white vinegar. And I also, this is if you want, and I tried it without, and it's so much better with, and everyone agreed. It cuts the sharpness a little bit is to add a little bit of brown sugar, and I just mean a little bit, but just a little bit of brown sugar really helps. It does not make it sweet if you add just a little bit. So that's to taste, so just keep that in mind, and that's the way we really like it. So let's get started, let's do this. All right, first of all, I gotta get everything ready that needs to be chopped and ground up and put in there. So first we're going to do the ginger. And what I've learned is the easiest way to peel ginger is to use a spoon, the back of a spoon. I know that seems really odd, but it's the way it works really best for me. I like to cut off the knobs first, the little nubbins. It's kind of hard to peel them, but you just scrape with the spoon, and it really works so well. Just the edge of a spoon. Just scrape it right on off. I probably shouldn't have cut that nubbin yet. Maybe it would have made it easier if it was a bigger piece, but I did. And it's okay. You just scrape it right off, and then you can use it. Just perfectly fine. There you go. Perfectly peeled chunk. It's going right into my 1/4 cup to make sure I've got enough. Let's do this. thinking that that will be generally, because there's space in there because of the chunks, once that is ground down, that will be a 1/4 cup. So yeah, that's what we're using. Very scientific. It's very fibrous, so I just kind of make them in chunks like this. In it goes. Now, here we go with the onion, again in chunks. Let the food processor process. That's my problem, is I always want to do half the processing for the food processor. It's not necessary. I have to tell myself that every time. And now, let's grab what we would think one normal sized clove of garlic would equal to. Here's a good one, and then a little more. Possibly that. Peel it and plop it. Now I'm using the little mini interior thing for my larger food processor. It kind of barely fits this recipe, so I probably could use the, why don't I just make sure I have enough space? I'm gonna use the bottom one. Let me grab the correct, there. That way we're sure we have plenty of space. I used the larger one when I made it the other day. Okay, there's that. Now, we are going to zest this with a little fine zester. And the juice. Half a cup of white vinegar. And 1 cup of soy sauce. And I throw in, I'm gonna throw in about half of this, taste it, and see if I wanna throw in the other half. This is 1 teaspoon in here of brown sugar, and I'm just gonna plop in about half of it to see what that does, and then see if I feel like I need to add the rest. This is basically the consistency you're looking for. The chunks will be in kind of a mush, but there's plenty of like sauce without chunks in there too. Good. I'm putting in the rest of the brown sugar though. It cuts the sharpness is the only way I can say it. Because with the vinegar and the lemon and even the soy sauce, I suppose, somehow that just makes a balance. It doesn't make it sweet, it just makes a balance. Fresh spoon. I like that. Now you can use this for marinades, for dips, just use it within the next few days. It does even meld better. The flavors just blend so beautifully even after a couple days. I personally am going to marinate some chicken in this and then possibly use it as a dip for pot stickers, and it's going to be an amazing meal. Love it. So if you're looking for it, Japanese, it tastes just like the steakhouses, the Japanese steakhouses. If you're looking for a Japanese steakhouse type ginger sauce, I'm telling you, this is it. This is absolutely it. So I'm so excited to have been able to do this. It really doesn't, I mean, yeah, there's some chopping and some things, but it's really not that difficult. Even doing the ginger can be kind of like intimidating. It's not. It's easy. Use the edge of a spoon, chop it up, quarter it up. It's all good. So anyway, wanted to share that with you real quick because I'm going to get marinating on the chicken and get this ready for the next meal that we're going to have. But I just really wanted you guys to have this recipe too, in case you're looking for something similar, since restaurants are somehow getting rid of the ginger sauce around me. I don't know what's up with that. Tell me, do you like the yum yum sauce? I don't know. I'm not a fan. It's okay. It's boring. But I like this. So anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate it so much. I will talk to you soon. Bye.